If you had to guess, how much would the minimum wage have to be to match the buying power of boomers in 1970?
Well, let's do the math. I made a spreadsheet. I went ahead and looked up the prices for 1970 for the median home. I looked up the interest rate that it would take. I calculated the total 30-year cost for that loan. And when all said and done, it takes about 51,373 hours on minimum wage to do that. So in total, it would take about 33 hours a week if 100% of your profit on minimum wage went to buying a home. So if you and your partner both worked minimum wage and you wanted to buy a house together, it would take about 41% of your income on minimum wage to do that in 1970. Let's compare this to today. The median cost of a house is $354,667 today. The interest rate is about 6%. That means the total amount that you'll be spending on a mortgage is about $766,328. That means on minimum wage, which is $725, it would take about 105,000 hours to buy a house. In other words, if you wanted to buy a house with the exact same amount of hours worked on minimum wage in 2026, minimum wage would have to be $14.92. In other words, our minimum wage in 2026 is less than half of the minimum wage that it would take to equal the same amount of buying power for a house in 1970. And that also doesn't count the rising costs of food, taxes, all of that other stuff. Let me know if you want to see that.